Estes, your future looks bright and beautiful. The Massage Envy brand is focused on helping people not only feel their best, but also look their best. Would you like the opportunity to make a positive difference in your clients' lives every day while growing your career in a supportive, nurturing environment? Join a welcoming team of like-minded professionals at a Massage Envy franchised location near you. Visit massageenvy.com/SDcareers for more details and to apply today. Tizo introduces 2 new photoceutical treatments infused with antioxidants and rich in benefit ingredients designed to restore and rejuvenate skin. Perfecting Face Cream is a nourishing, multitasking rejuvenator in a feather-light, silky cream, ideal for all skin types. Restorative Sleeping Mask hydrates and soothes instantly while supporting the skin barrier and fighting free radical damage. Both are 100% free of dyes, fragrances, oils, and parabens. For a limited time, enjoy our introductory offer for professionals. Buy 3 and get 1 free, mix and match. Available through TizoPro.com. Acne Care changes lives, and Face Reality empowers professionals to lead that change. Face Reality's Acne Professional Program offers industry-leading training and certification in the clinically proven Clear Skin method, trusted by thousands of providers. You'll gain the tools, education, and support to build a successful acne practice. Plus, when you enroll, your $800 certification comes back to you as $800 off your upcoming order after completion. Become a certified acne expert and start doing the most meaningful work in skincare. Visit facerealityskincare.com for more details. $800 discount code valid on 1 product order of $1,200 or more. Valid for 30 days after completion of certification. Must enter code at checkout. Offer subject to change.
Hello and welcome to ASCP Esty Talk. I'm Ella Cressman, licensed esthetician, student of the skin, and content contributor for Associated Skincare Professionals.
I'm Maggie Staszcuk, licensed esthetician and ASCP's program director.
Today's so good. I'm so pumped up about it. It's about becoming an immune authority esthetician, not just through study, but through experience, observation, and even real-life problem solving in the treatment room. Super pumped to have Kiarra back, who has entered this industry with firsthand experience navigating allergies and immune misfunction really in her own body. Over time, she began to recognize really similar immune-related patterns showing up in her clients, anywhere from reactive skin and chronic inflammation to slow healing and recurring conditions that didn't respond to standard protocols. Very interesting.
Kiarra shows how her personal health journey shaped the way she works with skin professionally, how that awareness translated directly into her treatment room approach, and why understanding immune function can elevate how estheticians assess, treat, and support their clients, all while staying within scope.
And I'm really so excited to talk about what happens when personal experience meets professional practice. I think this is so important, and really how that intersection can create more thoughtful, informed, and effective estheticians. It's going beyond just what we're learning in books and also what brands tell us. Kiarra, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Before we get into it, I do want to start by asking Maggie a question. Maggie, did you know leftovers contain histamines?
I did, because spoiler alert, you told me.
Before I told you, did you know that isn't that something?
I never knew this. So interesting. I'm really excited to dive into the topic.
I never knew either until Kiarra mentioned it to me. So Kiarra, tell us how you figured this out.
So histamine is a natural active chemical released by the body's immune system. So this primarily from mast cells and other cells in the body when encountering allergens or injuries. And then histamine intolerance occurs when the body can't properly break down that ingested histamine. So leftovers, They're a major source of dietary histamine as bacteria breaks down the proteins in the stored food, causes histamine levels to rise. So if you're histamine intolerant, leftovers can kind of flare up and trigger you.
So not to say nobody should eat leftovers,
Yes,
but if you're
exactly.
histamine intolerant, you might
Mhm.
experience symptoms that are like, what is this? I don't know, but it could be my
Exactly.
Chipotle burrito from
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. And I encourage people to look into it because it's really fascinating because different fruits and other vegetables and stuff have histamine in it as well. So it's fun to look into.
How did you find this out?
Yeah. So a little bit about me. I grew up asthmatic. I was only sick when I was a child and it would only flare up then. And in my early 20s, it started to get progressively worse where I had trouble breathing more often, which led to getting sick more. And when I got sick, it was worse than the average person. So that had more hospitalizations than a normal person would when they would get sick. And then I started noticing changes in my body. I felt really puffy and inflamed. My skin felt really irritated and flushed and red. And my acne got really bad. And I never had that growing up. So it just kind of all started coming at once, it felt like. And I tried changing my diet to eat better. So I switched to the oat milk and to the almond milk and, cut out dairy. I ate bananas and kimchi for my gut health. And I just wanted something to feel better. So I started with food, and fast forward to 2024, I got the flu really bad, which led to sepsis. And then I had a miscarriage. So I sat with everything and I was like, okay, like something is going on in my body. It's not just what I look like, what's going on outside, it's happening internally too. So I just felt like my body was really weakened and I just started researching everything. I started trying to listen to other people's lived experiences, if they had similar symptoms than me, and looking online. And I was trying to get into all these doctors and pushing for them to hear me. And it seemed like everybody kept dismissing it was just my asthma. But I knew it wasn't, because after I eat something, I didn't feel good. So I'm like, it's not just my asthma. And I really kept pushing, and one specialist decided to really listen and acknowledge my symptoms and acknowledge how I was feeling. So we decided to run a food allergy test, and I was reactive or allergic to more than half of the foods. And there was about like 80 to 100 foods we tested for in the past 2 years. So almonds, oats, and bananas and cabbage are some
Everything
things
you were
I'm
eating.
allergic to. Yeah. And that explains why for the past 5 years, I was so inflamed and everything was just internally coming out, and not just in the physical symptoms, but my skin just looked dull. It looked lifeless. It looked irritated. And so finding those answers really just acknowledged what I was going through, and all these weren't happening for no reason.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard when I have a similar experience, not with allergens, but with hormones, where I'm trying to get a medical professional to just hear me. And what we have to do is we have to do a lot of the research. We're finally on a really cool path right now, but I'm a Gen X. I'm old. I'm old. And I'm finally now, in midlife discovering it. But getting someone to listen to is so important.
How did that translate to the treatment room for you, Kiarra?
Yeah, well, I experienced how an overreactive immune system really created a hostile environment for my body and myself, and it brought a lot of skin issues that I never had gone through to the surface. And I was really seeing a parallel with some of the clients that I treat. They were going through similar experiences, but had no idea why. And I specifically think to a rosacea client of mine who tried and did everything internally, but she didn't have the tools to find the best skincare to help her inflammation on her skin or her disrupted skin barrier. And we found out together that she has a possible intolerance to olives, because that was one specific ingredient over multiple products of hers that was triggering her skin. So I have to now look at every single ingredient that I put on my face. So why would a client not know how to do that too? And as an esthetician, I thought it was really important to help the clients that are also experiencing this, and or maybe don't even know what's going on and need somebody to help guide them.
Isn't that interesting, Maggie, to think about? I mean, I know we talk about, in our consultations, or we learned in school to have the diet connection. It's really big, the gut health, skin axis, as they call it. But to think that to understand that that's not it. That's not it, meaning that's not the period. It's more like a semicolon. And where to dig a little bit deeper to find answers. Plus, like having a lived experience may make you a little bit, obviously it's really important to you, so you're changing your approach to your clients, Kiarra. But like, Maggie, it's almost one more thing that we have to think about and consider. It's outside of, what we've been taught. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that even, back when we were in school, we're always saying that. But estheticians are always taught, and it's framed that, do your consultation, your analysis, ask all those important questions, lifestyle and medication and all the things. But I feel like it's only now that aesthetics is looking at whole health, and wellness and whole health are really being accepted, and it's more than just a trend, and people are truly living it. And estheticians are in a good position to do just what Kiarra is doing and adapting that into the treatment space and truly helping their clients on a whole body level.
And I feel like it's important too, like, even within our scope, we can't diagnose anything, but we can be a bridge for people to go seek somebody to help them. Or maybe if that doctor didn't listen to you, maybe try like a naturopathic approach and kind of just be that bridge for client to a professional doctor.
It happened, and it's important to keep going, keep going. You're talking about being the bridge. So last Saturday, I had a client come in. I've known her for a long time. She's similar in age, but she had a child in her early 40s, like 6 years ago or something. And since then, her hormones have, been trying to level out. And then we're also in the perimenopause, era, if you will. She came in, you guys, on Saturday with purple cystic acne all along her jawline and her neck. Rewind to like a couple months ago, she had come in with closed comedones that were like all over. And she had these testosterone pellets implanted in, I don't know, maybe second quarter last year. And then another one in third quarter. I'm just saying, to space it out. Like she had these testosterone implants, which are different than like a pill or whatever. So one of the side effects that she got from the implants were pimples. And the doctor, the nurse practitioner she was working with says, "Oh, we'll fix it. I'm going to give you spironolactone, which is an androgen blocker." So she gave her testosterone and then something to block the testosterone, which was very interesting to me just as an outsider. It makes sense, the clinical reasoning, the short amount of time that a lot of medical professionals spend with their patients. Oh, symptomatic, band-aiding. But I came with her. I spent 2 hours. I didn't have any, she was my last client of the day, and I spent 2 hours with her, and I'm like asking questions to provoke her into thinking in a different way. And the resolve was, when did you start your period? When did your migraines come? She has migraines. What happened when you were on birth control? What happened when you got off? These are just, to initiate thought process or clinical reasoning in her own mind, and hopefully get her to find a different doctor. I said, I think you need to really talk to someone about this, X, Y, and Z. So to your point, Kiarra, that bridge is super important. And also, what we were taught was, oh, you have this type of acne. This is the type of approach you're going to take in treatment room, which is usually something kind of aggressive.
Yeah.
She did not need that. She 1000% did not need that. She needed something calming and soothing. So I did a barrier repair facial for her. And I mean, it hurt her to smile. Like just the moving of the cheeks and the jaw. She was like, oh. I'm like, I don't want anybody to have a painful smile in my place.
Yeah.
It's got to be fun. So we ended up doing the barrier, and her skin was so much less irritated when she left. So it's thinking and being the bridge and provoking and being a safe space to ask those questions too. But also understanding you're learning from your clients, that you can pass that information. You learned from your own experience, your lived experience, and then it was compounded with your client experience, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're actually working on developing like a little education of what you've learned along the way to encourage other estheticians to learn from your lived experience and so on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how does this kind of information benefit professional estheticians?
Yeah, this will benefit professionals to bring more inclusivity to the treatment room. We always want to evolve, and that comes with awareness for everyone that walks into our space. And it will be a guide for those who want to strengthen their consultations and treatment plans while going beyond just the skin and looking at the body as a whole. And I have the Immune Authority because I want to save professionals the time and the resources that I spent years for digging. And in turn, I'm also advocating for the clients who are going through this.
So, Kiarra, how do people get in touch with you if they want to know more about the Immune Authority?
Yeah, you can follow me on my Instagram at Rooted Serenity. And I'm also a part of a collective with other professionals and other opportunities to learn about this. And if you want to get involved with that, you can feel free to find it on my Instagram or message me directly.
Now, listeners, we really want to hear from you. Did you know leftovers contain histamines? And what are some other out-of-the-box allergies you discovered along your professional path? Reach out via Instagram, Facebook, or send us an email at getconnected@ascpskincare.com. We want to know all the details. In the meantime, thank you for listening to ASCP Esty Talk. For more information on this episode or for ways to connect with Maggie or myself or to learn more about ASCP, check out the show notes. And stay tuned for the next episode of ASCP Esty Talk.